Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited because today we're talking about the full moon in Capricorn, which is coming up on July 13th, 2022, and I have a lot to tell you guys about it, so I'm excited to just jump right into it. So before we get started, let's just take a little breath together and get our energies like combined and just kind of like zen out for a second and just release anything from the day. Get all the shit out and just be present and have a little safe space to hang out and talk about astrology for the next however many minutes. Awesome, now that we're all feeling a little bit better, first I'm going to start by mentioning that if you are unfamiliar with Cancer traits or Capricorn traits, I would highly recommend watching my videos on that. I have videos deep diving into each of the zodiac signs and how they kind of pertain to us individually, so definitely check out those videos as well if you're a little bit unsure about the energy of Cancer season, which is our current sun sign, or the energy of Capricorn, which is the full moon that we're about to have. So I personally am actually really excited for this full moon specifically because, you know, a lot of people might be a little bit not super excited about Capricorn energy because it's ruled by Saturn. It's kind of viewed as like the daddy of astrology, like very responsible. It also has to do with like our limitations and stuff like that. But with this full moon in Capricorn, what it actually is giving us is like this culmination of success and like a really awesome time to jump into things that excite you about your career and your ambitions. So the energies for this full moon are going to be super amazing for anybody out there who's wanting to really like step into some boss CEO energy, really take charge of your career, some ambitions happening, and really just like open yourself up for success, because that's the themes that we're going to see with Capricorn. So the Capricorn full moon only happens when the sun is in Cancer, so that's where we're at right now. And like I kind of said before, basic Capricorn energy, again, if you like want to learn more, if you're a little unsure about it, check out that video. But basic energy, it's like boss bitch, work, focus, driven, very much like a strong, knowledgeable, independent, very like responsible type of energy. So that is what is going to be available for us, and it's just especially like as it happens July 13th and we'll enter Leo season the next week or so, it kind of propels us to take some really big jumps into being seen and being really creative within our career space. And this will kind of depend on how it affects you personally, will depend on where Capricorn is in your chart and where the transiting moon is going to be like showing up. If you have any other planets happening in this degree, let me just like explain, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but the Capricorn full moon is going to be happening at 21 degrees of Capricorn. So when we look into the degree and what that means, 21 is the degree of Sagittarius. So those kind of themes are going to come up as well, maybe a little bit more fun and a little bit more adventurous and exciting and kind of outside of the box. This is really fun too because like Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion and luck. So we're going to have like a little bit more of like luckiness happening because this is in the 21st degree. So what I was saying before is if you have anything in 21 degrees of Capricorn, that is going to be very big because the moon will be exact whatever that is for you. So for this specs, this full moon in Capricorn is going to be happening on July 13th at 11:37 a.m. Pacific time. So make sure to do the math and figure out what that is for you. So this will be happening midday on Wednesday, July 13th. So as always, I would recommend doing, if you're going to do nighttime moon stuff, I would do it the night before Tuesday night, and any daytime things during this. If you are able to like do things at the exact 11:37 a.m., really awesome. I think that's a good middle point of the day where we can at least say our affirmations and be a little bit mindful. So to get an idea of where this is specifically for you, go ahead and check out your natal birth chart and just see where Capricorn is in your chart. If there's a specific planet that's in Capricorn for you, or if it's on one of your angles. But most importantly, check out which house it's in. Even if you don't have any planets in Capricorn, you will have it in a specific house. And I'll put my little house icon right here if you're interested in finding out what that means for you. So whichever house Capricorn is occupying, those are some themes that are going to come up for you. around this moon cycle. So those are some things that you can really see success in, okay? Those can also be hints on like what things might be beneficial for your career or your general like abundance and success, if that makes sense. So let's talk about the aspects. We've got a few different aspects that are happening that are pretty interesting. The first one is the moon is conjuncting Pluto. So Pluto being a powerful, powerful planet tells us that this is going to be a very powerful time with our emotions, because the moon represents our feelings and our emotions, our intuition, and things like that. So there could be a lot of feelings happening during this full moon. We can be feeling a little bit elevated. There could be a lot of like explosive sort of energies happening, or things really pissing you off. So there's going to be a lot of energy present with this moon conjuncting Pluto. My biggest advice with this is just like be aware that emotions might be really high, tensions might be kind of high, and just if you can be mindful of that to try to stop yourself from, you know, getting a little bit too overwhelmed. Give yourself a lot of breaks if you need it, but also if you can harness that energy and use it to your advantage, it will be very beneficial, because, you know, having a moon conjunct Pluto, it can kind of go either way. It's just a lot of energy, and it can go negative or it can go positive. It kind of just depends on what we set ourselves up for and what kind of shit goes down. So if you're able to kind of set yourself up for success and give yourself some time to breathe and to flow and to harness the, you know, the energy that's happening and use it for your own benefit, that would be my recommendation. Then we have the moon trining Uranus. This is a really great aspect because trines are very harmonious. They are really just amazing energy happening with both of these planets. So having the moon trining Uranus is really great for exciting change. This indicates that there could be a lot of surprises coming up for a lot of us, a lot of new kind of like ideas and new ventures that kind of just like come out of nowhere, and they kind of just make a lot of sense. You're like, oh shit, yeah, that's a perfect idea. There could be a lot of just like change happening in the world, a lot of good change that feels more aligned with our emotions and our, you know, underlying vibe and like our ideas for the future. So this is a really, really, really positive aspect that we're seeing. This makes me really happy and excited that hopefully a lot of exciting new paths will open themselves up to us. Then we have the moon sextiling Neptune in Pisces. So this is also another really good aspect. Sextiles are like kind of a burst of energy and positive. So it's a really good one to have. And with it being sextiling Neptune, we're going to see a lot of heightened intuition. We can also be feeling a lot more sensitive, which can be beneficial within our psychic practices and like our intuition and stuff like that. However, again, just because the moon is conjuncting Pluto, we might be feeling really sensitive to a lot of like the crazy like power dynamics and the crazy like shit shows that we see around us. So again, just like another reminder to give yourself lots of breaks because it might just feel really heightened. But in the positive sense, again, like I said, this will be really great for accessing your intuition and your psychic abilities. This would be a really good time to try to communicate with like your deities or your spirit guides or ancestors and try to get some, you know, messages from them about your career path or about like how you can be most successful and abundant, just having those themes overlapping. Then we've got the moon opposing Mercury. So this is when we get into some of the less harmonious aspects because oppositions are not usually very harmonious. It usually is like a sort of battle, like a face-off. With the moon opposing Mercury, this gives us a lot of like mind versus heart energy. So we might find ourselves in a battle with what we think we should be doing and what we want to do, or what we think is right and what we feel. So just try again to like just take some time out and to really meditate on what is right for you, because there will be that kind of like dichotomy against what we think versus what we feel. And both are beneficial, so we need to listen to both, but it's best to just, you know, take a step back and really focus on like what's going on and just look at it neutrally. because that will be a big opposition that we see, mind versus heart. And the last aspect I have is the moon squaring Chiron. Okay, so this is again kind of ties and kind of just like reiterates everything I've said, especially with the power and the emotionalness that's happening, because the moon squaring Chiron shows that we are going to be feeling very sensitive and needing a lot of healing and needing to be really gentle, because Chiron is the wounded healer. It also represents our past traumas and just kind of the things we hold on to. So having that square is just like, oh, shit might be feeling a little bit sensitive. So just be kind with yourself. And again, like I've said, just take some time out, because we might be feeling a little bit self-critical, and we might be feeling a little bit just like a little emotional, and like shit's a little bit painful right now. So be nice with yourself and just, I think, meditate a lot, because it's gonna be a time where there's a lot of really beneficial energy. I know some of those aspects seemed kind of like a little like, ooh, that's not great, that's a little scary, but everything is, there's always like two sides to it. So it can be, you know, we're dealing with a lot of like inner child work, or like things that we're really sensitive about. But if we're prepared for it, then we can maybe make it a lesson, maybe learn and grow from it. So just be really gentle with yourself and allow yourself a lot of time to meditate and kind of get to the bottom of your feelings and be able to like differentiate mind versus heart matter. So just to recap the energy vibe that I'm getting, it's going to be a great time to like get our shit together and focus on our goals. We're gonna have so much grounded, powerful CEO energy from Capricorn. And so right now is going to be a great time to make your goal list, make your, you know, rest of the year 6-month plan, decide what things you want to achieve this year. But also I would say, you know, because the full moon is a time for celebration as well, a little bit less so of planning than the new moon is, I would say celebrate the successes you've already had, and really like pat yourself on the back for all the cool shit you've done this year, because it's going to just be a really interesting time for us to look at our career path and look at our success and our ambition, and yes, plan for the future, but also take note of what you've done so far. This will be an amazing time for manifesting career and success and abundance for everything that has to do with your public life, your public image, because Capricorn represents the like outer view, like what other people see in us, especially relating to our work life or even like performance kind of. So it's going to be a really good time for manifesting career goals and, you know, things you want to achieve and what kind of abundance you want to bring into your life, how you want people to see you in a work sense, things like that. I would also say to look at your midheaven when looking at your natal birth chart. Check out what's happening in your midheaven, what sign it is, because that'll also be some energy that's really important for you. And this is also a really good time to, really lucky time to work on your career. So if we're thinking more practical terms in the form of like rituals and stuff, updating your resume, getting getting some applications, getting some interviews, really putting yourself out there and asking for a raise or a promotion, and just making those big money moves, honestly. And again, just be really open to your intuition and to like sidekick intuitive nudges about your career path and things that will set you up for success. So if you start to have some like dreams, especially with that Neptune aspect that we're seeing, if you see some stuff in your dreams about like a project that you should start or an idea that you can make money off of, like really listen to those. As always, I have a couple of crystals that I want to share with you guys that are really good for Capricorn energy. The first one is garnet. This is one of the birthstones for Capricorn, and this is a really good crystal for attracting success and wealth and abundance, and it also balances you as well. Since it's kind of considered one of the more luxurious crystals, it kind of attracts even more like luxury around you. Next, we have tiger's eye, which I always associate with Leo, and I wanted to include this because I feel like this is really good for performative success. So if you're somebody who is on camera, or a lot of what you do has to do with, even if it's writing, like if you're a poet or you have a blog, or, you're a teacher and you're doing lessons in front of people, anything where you are kind of taking on this role of performer in whatever way that is for you, Tiger's Eye is really good for that because it gives you a lot of courage and strength and confidence, and connects you to your creativity as well. So I kind of just think of it as like a Leo stone. And then we have Azurite, which I actually don't own any Azurite, which is crazy. I really want to get some, but they're pretty expensive. They're really, really pretty though. But this is a great stone for balancing that spirituality and success. So if you're especially somebody who is already very heavy within your Capricorn, and so you're like, I don't really need any more Capricorn crystals, like I feel very connected to this like masculine CEO energy, Azurite might be a really good crystal for you because it'll kind of like take you up to the higher chakras and help you to connect to your intuition and maybe get some intuitive nudges for your career success as well. I have a couple of ritual ideas that I want to share with you guys, things that I think will be really beneficial during this full moon in Capricorn. And like I said before, planning career moves or launching a project. So if you're somebody who in your form of work, you might have a product to launch or a course or, something of that sort where you would like launch it, this would be a really great time, astrologically speaking, to announce or start or launch a sort of project or, line of something, whatever it is that you're in the business of. Just getting things out there because having the full moon in Capricorn is making it such a great time for those career moves. So definitely if you're not releasing something or launching something or actively like doing this new career thing, at least start planning it or really, really get started in it, because this is just going to have a lot of good energy for making the right steps in your career. And of course, manifesting is going to be so amazing right now. So whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest, I think this is a really good time to do it, because even if it's not career related, Capricorn is a lot about abundance. And so especially like earthly abundance when it comes to money and security and things like that. So really think about what it is you're wanting to manifest and just get started, like get going with it. I'll link below my favorite manifesting book if you're interested in reading about it. I thought it was a really great book. With that, you can start a manifestation board, which is just the same thing as a vision board, or get like a manifestation planner or a goal habit planner. I also just finished reading Atomic Habits, which was an amazing book, very Capricorn energy. And they talked about having a habit planner and how that can help you just to track it and to keep yourself like in line. And I feel like that is such a Capricorn thing. So I highly recommend doing that. That is just some more practical rituals that you can do. If you're wanting to do some releasing rituals, so a fire burning ritual in your cauldron or in your fire safe dish or just in a candle, this is an amazing time for releasing that which holds you back from your success. So limiting beliefs, imposter syndrome, if you have any bad habits or just anything that's blocking you from reaching the goals that you've set and that you know you want and that you've actively been trying to get to, this is a really great time to get that shit out and get it out during a fire burning ritual. I would also recommend we have that release ritual. If we're looking for an invocation ritual or to bring something in, I would just do a simple confidence or success spell. You can do these with candles. You can do a spell jar. Just think of the correspondences to Capricorn, to success, to abundance, and also what it is you're trying to bring in. So if it's like money, then maybe you would use a lot of green. If it was fame or career, it would maybe be a lot of gold. So kind of take it and go with it. I feel like these kind of candle spells that are very simple, it's really easy to just know like the backbone of it and just go crazy and freestyle it. You know your correspondences. You can just, choose what things, what colors to like the vibe that you're trying to attract and just go with it and kind of freestyle what feels right. So I have a tarot spread for you guys. As always, I like to give you a little 3-card spread. I always encourage you guys to just kind of do what feels right, and you can just pull as many cards as you want and kind of intuitively get the message through that. But if you're looking for a 3-card spread, I have this very simple one. You can feel free to elaborate, pull more cards, or change up the wording if you like, but this is what I've got for you. I've got card 1, what is draining my energy? Card 2, what fuels my energy? And card 3, a success superpower that I have. This spread should give you a very general idea of what's holding you back or what's draining you, what is fueling you or what's really pushing you towards your success, and then maybe a little secret superpower that you're not fully conscious to, but that you can kind of invoke and use that comes naturally for you to better get to your success. Okay, and lastly, I've got some journal prompts for you guys, so feel free to write along, pause the video, screenshot it, and yeah, here they are. In what areas of my life have I been self-sabotaging my own success? What are my 2022 goals, and what have I accomplished so far? How can I lead myself into more and more abundance? So those are just some simple questions to get you thinking about the energy that's happening this month and really get you thinking about where you're going to go from here, while also giving like some credit to yourself for what you've already accomplished so far. I know with this Capricorn energy, we may also feel very much like we have to go succeed and get to the next thing, but I think it's really important that while we're doing that, we take a step back and we can recognize all that we've done so far and just really be excited about all that we've accomplished and really pat yourself on the back for everything you've done so far. It's easy to, achieve something and then go on straight to the next thing. So remind yourself to just like take it easy for a minute and like realize all the stuff you've done so far and how cool that is. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have an amazing full moon in Capricorn. I hope I have an amazing full moon in Capricorn. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm so excited. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye.